On the news tonight, President Tinubu receives Information Minister with a task to institute national discourse to reorient Nigerians. Nigerian Army sensitizes officers on ethical conduct. And non-governmental organization encourages caregivers to love the uniqueness of children with cerebral palsy.
Hello, this is the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Beyond renewing the hope of Nigerians, the current administration is now aiming to renew the belief of the citizens in the unity and greatness of the country. President Bola Tinubu is setting this as a priority as he has directed the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, to institute a national discourse to facilitate this goal. Details of this report will come your way subsequently. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Ahmed Galadima Aminu to serve as the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, for a term of 4 years in the instance. The new Executive Secretary and CEO of the Petroleum Technology Development Fund has most recently served as the General Manager of the Education and Training Department at the Petroleum Technology Development Fund. His appointment trails the application for retirement submitted by the outgoing Executive Secretary and CEO, Bello Aliu Gusau, to proceed on 90 days pre-retirement leave beginning on September 26, 2023. The President has directed the new Executive Secretary and CEO of the PTDF, Ahmed Galadima Aminu, to serve in acting capacity until he commences his fresh term of 4 years in office beginning on December 26, 2023. The President wishes the new PTDF Executive Secretary and CEO well in the discharge of his duties. The Nigerian Army has advised officers and soldiers to uphold professionalism and ethical conduct in dealing with civilians as a way of promoting corporate social responsibility. Asabe Williams reports that this was the call at the opening of a sensitization workshop organized by Army Headquarters Garrison in Abuja.
Tagged upholding the traditional ethics of the Nigerian Army and promoting professionalism and social responsibility of the Nigerian soldiers. The workshop was designed to educate troops on how to conduct themselves professionally during international and internal operation. Brigadier General Suleiman Lawan represented the Commander Army Headquarters Garrison, Koko Akamba Isoni, at the program.
This workshop would not have come at a better time than now, when our country is faced with diverse security threats. Indeed, this event will strengthen the desire of the Chief Army Staff to transform the Nigerian Army to effectively perform its constitutional roles. It is also inspiring to know that we are collaborating with relevant security agencies, including the National Drug Enforcement Agency, to enlighten troops on their social responsibilities.
Brigadier General Lawan said the workshop focuses on the social responsibilities of Army personnel at all times, as troops were also sensitized on the sanctity of both local and humanitarian laws, social media policies, and imperatives of protecting civilians during all operations. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
And away from security, women across the country under the aegis of Country Women Association of Nigeria have converged on Abuja to explore opportunities in innovative technology for development of Nigerian women. This was at a one-day conference to mark the 41st anniversary of the Country Women's Association of Nigeria, COAN. Ramatu Abdullahi reports.
Country will be the better for it.
Nigeria women constitute a significant percentage of the country's population, and their contribution to economic development is crucial. Women, particularly those at the rural communities, stakeholders believe if empowered with technological innovations, can create the desired change Nigeria needs to propel its development.
We are into agriculture, manufacturing at whatever level. This conference is bringing experts together that will help the women to be able to harness the huge opportunities that are in this space.
National President of the Country Women Association of Nigeria, Princess Adeshola Ogunleye, whose organization is at the forefront of impacting the lives of rural women, emphasizes the need for grassroots women to key into technological innovations for their economic advancement.
We want to reach out to the government to know that empowering rural women is very, very crucial. And we are expecting more of women economic empowerment to be done in Nigeria.
CO1 is particularly concerned about market women, business women, entrepreneurs at all levels.
As CO1 celebrates its 41st anniversary, speakers pay tribute to the founder of CO1, late Mrs. Bisi Ogunleye, for her selflessness in advancing the cause of rural women. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Talking health, caregivers have been encouraged to love the uniqueness of children with special needs rather than focus on their disability or myth associated. Hakimat Ali reports that this formed the thrust of messages at a stakeholders advocacy meeting for improved access to primary healthcare services for children with disabilities, which was championed by a non-governmental organization.
One of the ways to give hope to children with disabilities, especially cerebral palsy, is to create an enabling environment and access to health care services.
It is very, very important. The physiotherapy aspect is very, very important because there is no drug for cerebral palsy. The only drug is exercises, and which has to be done every day.
Organized by the SEDO Initiative for Children with Special Needs, CH5, this meeting is to strengthen the collaboration between the government and civil society organizations for improved health services for children with disabilities, especially in the rural communities.
The primary health care center is the closest to the people, so we need them to be strengthened. We need them to create disability desk in primary health and care centers. Then we also need them to create physiotherapy and outreaches there. And above all, train the staff. Train them on disability rights, train them to be disability friendly, and train them to respect.
Our traditional leader, you are for everybody. If we go and see this type of thing, we have to empower them.
The meeting also highlighted challenges faced by parents with special needs children, one of whom is Christiana Adamu, a mother of an 8-year-old boy with cerebral palsy.
They will tell me that this child is not a normal child. He just came to come and exploit you people. He just come. He doesn't want people to save anything. The child is not normal. That is from the spirit world. So what I should do, I should go and throw this child away. So it's really been a serious work. But I would say thank God for seeing child. God will reward her. God will strengthen her. I plead on the government to come and expand.
Participants at the event had a tour of the Sea Child Center, which was established based on the experience of the founder to help stop discrimination against children with cerebral palsy, a medical condition that affects muscle movements and coordination. In Abuja, Hakimat Ali, NTA News.
In recognition of the improved performance of the Nigerian Television Authority under the leadership of its current Director General, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembus, the Chief Traditional Council in the FCT has appealed to the federal government to extend more support to the organization for effective service delivery to the nation in line with the renewed hope agenda of the administration. General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Paul Ati, received the traditional rulers. Ramatu Abdullahi reports.
In what could be described as a mark of honor and recognition to NTA, the traditional rulers of the TIF community in Abuja are extending a hand of fellowship to the station. The council said it is impressed with the pictorial quality, improved content, and balanced repertoire being carried out by the station in recent times.
We have seen much he has done for the nation. And we being in Abuja, we cannot keep it aside. We come down here to appreciate him, pray for him, telling him for his well done job, let him carry on with his good job. He's doing a perfect job for Nigeria.
The traditional rulers therefore conferred the chieftaincy title of Imo-Tiv, meaning the voice of Tiv ethnic nation, on the Director General of NTA, represented by General Manager, NTA Channel 5, Paul Ati. NTA General Manager Paul Ati appreciated them for the recognition and honor bestowed on the NTA Director General. He assured them of the organization's commitment to better service delivery to the nation. The Traditional Council, before departing the station, expressed their willingness to collaborate to bring on air NTA community station at Boko to cater to the needs of their people. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The rise in criminality, one of such being the one chance, and a host of other violent offenses have become a worrisome trend on the nation's capital city. Speaking on this trend, on NTA regular security check program called The Police was the Chief Superintendent of Police, Abdullahi Abubakar Hassan, of Central Area Divisional Command. Gideon Johanna reports that the CSP admonished FCT residents to remain vigilant, especially in the ember months.
On the program called The Police, the criminal act of one chance was reviewed as an act where victims who innocently board commercial vehicles are robbed and in some cases inflicted with injuries or even killed.
First thing you need to check, the moment you enter, you try pressing the glass, if it is a typing glass. If it is just a manual winding glass, you check whether the handle is there or not. The moment you see as such, you can raise alarm.
CSP Abdullahi says there has been constant efforts by the police to apprehend one-chance robbers. He, however, admonished FCT residents to be more security conscious by using only approved motor parks and bus stops when traveling.
They should try and be entering or boarding buses or taxi where people are. Most victims of one chance are not the people that are being standing at the bus stop. You see people will just leave where people are entering bus or taxi to go ahead from the place just to select a fine car that has an AC.
He says security is the sole responsibility of all, while giving out security tips. He urged FCT residents to avoid rushed hour boarding of vehicles without first certifying that the occupants are genuine passengers. This is so as not to fall victim of criminals. In Abuja, NTA News.
Let's now join the sports desk for Sports Brief.
The federal government has expressed its determination to ensure the development of athletes discovered from the recently concluded 7th edition of the National Youth Games held in Asaba, the Delta State capital. The Honorable Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owan Eno, disclosed this on Tuesday in his office at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, during an interactive session with the federal directors of sports. He stated that the nurturing of the young talents discovered during the games to the elite stage was one of the primary objectives of government in establishing the competition. Senator Owan Eno explained that the games was designed not only to enhance and elevate sports globally and regionally, but to establish a standard for athletes' succession from one generation to another, and also enable their participation in community development, as well as reinvigorate national unity and collaboration amongst them. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) is undertaking a week-long inspection visit to host cities for the 2023 African Cup of Nations as part of final preparations for the Ivory Coast tournament. CAF said, in collaboration with the local organizing committee, will conduct a 5-day inspection mission in a number of cities that will host the competition next year. The inspection team will visit San Pedro, Korhogo, Bouake, and Yamoussoukro, assessing stadiums, training sites, hotels, and other local infrastructures that will be pivotal to the operations of Africa's flagship competition. The inspection follows the tournament's draw, which was staged in Abidjan last week. The host will play Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau in Group A. With Sports Brief, Wayne Dogo, NTA News.
And that concludes the English version of the news. Do stand by for translations. Good night.
ama agbaje we shaje wo wona abi ku shagbedai iwa na baji shaba bedai wo mu president fa yuba wani wa go na baje gai na ina atutu manai gwamnati ye yi bashin awe je bashin ba tu ya abige bai gwamnati ye ya ze aje agwe ya ye gbagbodo ya sasa igisun mbugba mai kakai musbaw dan wahab wadai inga badada nu yiti tukwada bola ahmed tinubu bai da minister bada gwagin akiyenya inye muhammad idris wogoto inga ya biye inkiye wada minister ye inga washi tutu wakan asa awiya ya ye naje ya gizansa ya ibabu abili ikiye na safa gbogbo eyi abada kawida kiye ye kizidna nya ye garrison page bala ba atutu shi yi hwia tutu by daba nge ba shi ba tutu tu ba abada kawu tutu bagbatu nge asabe williams wada nge bada bege nu azana gmaye be da sanu mba be kan aje area ye je garrison atutu shi ba kizidna page ya ba godo nge abada kawida ba vi ba tutu bagbatu abazanza egisu fi ina agmada yin ba zanzan an ba wa agwagi ike zidna bada ikiye patai biadudu an kwaza gbadagun una yi nasara inge country women association Nigeria nyanyi babe gbadagun yeshi ike zidna ye ba shi a nasara yize asoko we mbaba won babma an kwaza shi fi ikiye Ramatu Abdullahi wada inge ogbonu babe shi ba nubo sanu babe nyagmada oba gbodogun eye segundo enya ba fidin haye aye shenyi chegbani she babe ya oba gbodogun ye baku an koza majin ngachi ai bala an ko kunya na shiye gbodo nsan tiga ba wuba ai abwazelo gbodo na tete gbogbogbo nko ba ma koza ji tiga ba koza ji hala ke via dudu majin ama gbaje ibe jado wo so shekwasi ipage shekwani jesu saiso
Jama'a barkanmu da wannan lokaci ga fasaran takaitattun labarai mai karantawa Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu. Shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya jaddada aniyan shugabancinsa na haɗa kan 'yan Najeriya domin samun cin gaban ƙasan baki ɗaya. bayan haka ne shugaba Tinubu ya shawarci ministan yada labarai da domin cika wannan burin shugabancinsa. Wakilin Musbahu Dan Wahab ne ya kawo mana wannan sahihin rahoton. Kansu da fararen ya haɗa a Abuja. Wakilarmu Ganau Asabe William ce ta kawo mana wannan rahoto. Ƙungiyoyin mata